Hello everybody, and thank you so much for watching. Today we'll make this gorgeous hoodie with a mesh stitch, a very pretty stitch for a more airy design. You can make your hoodie any size you like by adding more rounds and rows. My hoodie is a small to medium size, and here's how we're going to make it. First we crochet our 2 hexagons until we like the width of our sleeves. We'll crochet around 3 sides to make the hoodie wider, and remember we add about 1 more inch for the border. We'll crochet the seams on the sleeves and on the back and add a little triangle on the neck for some extra comfort. We'll make the hoodie longer, and we will also make our sleeves longer. And in part 2 I will show you how to finish the hoodie and how to make the borders around the hoodie and around the cuffs. I used a 4.5mm hook and a number 3 light cotton yarn, and these are all leftover bits, and you can see how much yarn I used. Now let's get started with our hoodie. Let's start the round with a magic ring. Put your hook in front of the yarn, then go around the back and turn the hook towards you so the working yarn is on top. Pull the working yarn through the loop. Now chain 1 and single crochet into the magic ring and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's repeat 5 more times. Go into the magic ring, make the single crochet and chain 3. And 4 more times, single crochet into the ring and chain 3. Single crochet and chain 3. Single crochet, chain 3, and one last time, single crochet into the ring and chain 3. And we can finish the round with a slip stitch. Go into the first chain space and slip stitch right around the entire chain, and we can start round 2. Chain 3 and double crochet into the first chain space. Then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we can make 2 more doubles into the same chain space, the first chain space. 1 and 2. So our corner is 2 doubles, 3 chains and 2 doubles, and we do that in all of our chain spaces. After each corner we chain 1. Let's do it again. Go into the second chain space and make 2 doubles into it. 1 and 2. Chain 3 and double crochet 2 into the same space. That's our second corner. Now we have to repeat it 4 more times, and remember to chain 1 after each corner. And I will make 1 more to see what it looks like. 2 doubles, 3 chains and 2 doubles, and a chain of 1 into each space, so we will have 6 corners at the end of this round. We have our 6 corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we can pull our ring tight, and to finish the round we make 1 chain and a slip stitch into the third chain, into the double crochet and into the chain space, and we can start round 3. And we start with the same corner again. Chain 3, make a double crochet into the chain space, chain 3, and make 2 more doubles into the first corner space. 1 and 2. Chain 1, skip to the second double. 1, 2, make a double crochet, chain 1, skip over the chain, double crochet into the first double, chain 1, and now we can repeat. We skip over the second double and make our second corner into the chain space with 2 doubles, 1 and 2, 3 chains and 2 doubles into the corner space, 1 and 2. Chain 1, skip over the first double and double crochet into the second double, chain 1, skip to the first out of the 2 doubles and make a double into that, chain 1, and skip to the corner again and make your corner with 2 doubles, 3 chains and 2 doubles, chain 1, skip to the second double, make a double, chain 1, skip to the first double, make a double and chain 1, and then you can skip to the corner again and make your next corner. On the last side, remember we made the chain of 3 to start. So I made my first double, chained 1, and the second double goes into the third chain. I go underneath the slip stitch and make my double into that and chain 1. And we can finish again with a slip stitch into the third chain, into the double and into the chain space and start round 4. And we start again with the same corner, chain of 3, a double, a chain of 3, and 2 doubles into our first corner space. Chain 1, then we skip the first double again and crochet into the second double and chain 1, double crochet into the next double, chain 1, double crochet into the next double, chain 1, double crochet into the first double out of the 2 and chain 1, then skip to the corner and make your next corner with 2 doubles, 1 and 2, 3 chains and 2 doubles, 1 and 2 and chain 1. Now we can repeat the double and the chains 4 times. Double crochet into the second double, chain 1, double into the double, chain 1, double into the double, chain 1 and double into the first out of the 2 doubles and chain 1. We have our 4 doubles with a chain 1 in between. Now we can repeat that sequence 4 more times. We can finish the round with a double crochet into the third chain, and remember to make that one last little chain right here. Then slip stitch into the third chain, into the double and into the chain space, and now we can repeat these rounds over and over. Start your first corner with a chain of 3, a double, a chain of 3 and 2 doubles. Chain 1, double crochet into the second double and chain 1. Then double crochet into all of the previous doubles with a chain 1 in between. Double crochet into the first double, chain 1 and make your corner with 2 doubles, 3 chains and 2 doubles. And then you can test fold it every once in a while to see if you get that nice L shape. Looks good. Now you can make as many rounds as you like. I made 17 and my sleeve measures 7.5 inches or 19 centimeters. And you can make your second hexagon the same way. Now let's add some width to our jacket. We'll start in the upper corner of the left side of the hoodie as we're wearing it. And then we go down the front, around the bottom, up the back, then down the back, around the bottom, and up the front, back and forth in rows. And on the other hexagon, I also want the right side to face me when I start, so I grab the back corner and start my rows there, down the back, around the bottom, up the front, also back and forth, around 3 sides, and I repeat the same amount of rows that I did on the other hexagon. And I will make 3 rows, but you can add more, and remember, we'll have 1 border round to add. This is the front of my jacket. Everything is right side up, and I will start with a corner and make 2 double crochet into the corner space. And we only need half of our corner now, so we only make 2 double crochet, chain 1, skip the first double and double crochet into the second double, chain 1, and now we make the pattern we already know. Double crochet into all of the doubles with a chain 1 in between. We crochet down the first side, that's the front, and we make the first corner the way we already know with 2 doubles, 3 chains and 2 doubles. Then we crochet around the second side, that's the bottom of the jacket, and make the second corner with 2 doubles, 3 chains and 2 doubles. And the third side will be the back of the jacket, and we finish it again with a double into the first out of the 2 doubles, chain 1 and then 2 doubles into the corner space. Start the new row with a chain of 3, then turn your work over to the wrong side. And we repeat the pattern, double crochet into the previous double. So we got 2 doubles with a chain of 3, chain 1, then double crochet into all of the previous doubles with a chain 1 in between. And we can crochet around the 3 sides again. So we have our first side, that's the back of the jacket, and our first corner with 2 doubles, 3 chains and 2 doubles. Our second side is the bottom of the jacket, and our second corner with 2 doubles, 3 chains and 2 doubles. And then crochet up the front of the jacket and finish the second row. Now let's crochet into the last 2 doubles to finish the row. 1 and 2. Let's start row 3, chain 3 for the first double crochet, turn your work over. Now we're on the right side again, double crochet into the second double below, and then repeat the pattern we already know. Chain 1 and double crochet into all of the doubles and make your corner with 2 doubles, 3 chains and 2 doubles. Crochet around the 3 sides, down the front, around the corner, around the bottom, the second corner, and up the back. And I made my double with a chain 1, and now we have 2 more doubles left. The first one goes into the first double and the second one goes into the third chain. So from here on out, all the last doubles go into the third chain. If you need more rows, you can start row 4, chain 3, turn your work over. Now we're on the wrong side again, double crochet into the second double, then double crochet into all of the doubles with a chain 1 in between and make your corners with 2 doubles, 3 chains and 2 doubles. Now I will leave it at 3 rows, so I will undo that, and you can add as many rows as you like to make the jacket your width. I crocheted both of my hexagons with 3 rows around 3 sides, and I have 17 inches of width. Now let's make the seams for our sleeves. We have to turn both of our hexagons inside out, so just flip it like that and put the corners together. Now the wrong sides are outside and the right sides face each other inside. Then we can start our first seam. We start on the sleeve on the corner and work our way towards the neckline. And on the other side the same way. I already flipped it over to the wrong side, so the wrong sides are outside. Then you can rotate it around like that. And also start again with the 2 corners and work your way towards the neckline. I have my first sleeve, the right sides face each other inside, and I single crochet around the 2 chain spaces. 1 single crochet and then a second one around both chain spaces. Then I go into the first double, into the front loop only, and into the second double behind it, but into the back loop, and slip stitch those together. So I slip stitch the front loop together from the next double crochet with the back loop of the second double crochet and slip stitch. Then I slip stitch into both of the next chain spaces and slip stitch again the front loops together with the back loops of the double crochet. Front loop, back loop, slip stitch, then the 2 chain spaces, slip stitch through those, and then again front loop, back loop, slip stitch, and slip stitch into the chain spaces. It's nice to keep the slip stitch a little bit loose so they don't pull your sleeve too tight. I crocheted to the neckline and I left 3.5 inches empty and made a chain. I made my last slip stitch into 2 double crochet right here. Then I left 2 empty, 1, 2, and here are the 2 doubles of the corner. So basically you want a minimum space of 3.5 inches, so our hoodie has a big enough space. 3.5 inches, that looks good. Let's see how it looks on the right side. And now you can make exactly the same stitches on your other sleeve. Now that both of our sleeve seams are done, we can make our back seam. Everything is still wrong side out and the right sides face each other inside. We start on the bottom of our jacket and work our way up towards the neckline. And once we get to the neckline, we add a triangle for some extra neck space. Same way we did our sleeves, right sides face each other inside, make 2 singles around the 2 corner spaces, then front loop, back loop, slip stitch the 2 doubles together, and slip stitch into the chain spaces. Front loop, back loop, slip stitch the doubles together and slip stitch into the chain spaces, so the same way as we did the sleeves. I crocheted into the chain space, then I left 9 doubles empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In the back the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Let's make a little neck space. Single crochet into the next double, into the front loop, and into the back loop of the double in the back. Single crochet, and again single crochet into the next double, and we only crochet into front loops and back loops again. Front loop, and single crochet into the back loop of the next double in the back. And one more time, single crochet into the front loop of the next double, and into the back loop of the next double in the back piece. Now we'll make 6 double crochet into the next double in the front loop, into the double in the back, into the back loop, double crochet into the front loop of the next double, and into the back loop of the next double. One more time, into the front loop, and into the back loop. And now we have to make the same thing with trebles. Yarn over twice, treble crochet into the front loop of the next double, and treble crochet into the back loop of the next double. Treble crochet into the front loop of the next double, and into the back loop of the next double. And here comes the chain of 3. It's a little more tricky. Here's the top loop of the chain. So that's the front loop right there. I go into the top loop, make my treble crochet. And then in the back it's easier, we hit the double here. So I go into the back loop of that double crochet and make my treble into that. And that's our little neck space. Let's take a look. Here's the wrong side. And the right side. And now that our seams are done, we can turn our jacket over to the right side again. Now let's add some length to our hoodie. It's right side up, and we will start in the lower left corner as we're wearing our hoodie. And we'll go back and forth in between the 2 corners and make our rows to add length. I will make 18 rows, and that's about the length of my sleeve as well, so I can match the colors later on. Here's the lower left corner of my hoodie. The right side is facing me, and I make only one double crochet into the corner. 1 double, chain 1, skip the first double, go into the second double, and chain 1, and now we can make the pattern we already know. Double crochet into all of the doubles with a chain 1 in between. When we get to the seam in the middle, double crochet into the first double crochet, chain 1, skip over the second double and double crochet into the first chain space. Chain 1, double crochet into the second chain space. Chain 1, skip over 1 double and double crochet into the second double. Chain 1, and now we can double crochet into all of our previous doubles with a chain 1 in between. Now let's finish our row. I crocheted a double crochet with 1 chain into the first double. Now we can skip the second double crochet into the corner and start our new row with a chain of 3 for the double and 1 more chain for the chain space. Turn your work over to the wrong side, and now we can do the pattern we already know. Double crochet into all of the doubles with a chain 1 in between. And remember, we only made 1 double to start with. And also let me show you how the seam looks. We just crochet our usual pattern, double crochet with a chain 1 in between. And we can finish the round with a chain, and then we crochet into our double or into the 3rd chain later on. And we can start with a chain of 4 again, turn the work, double crochet into all of the doubles with a chain 1 in between. At the end of the row, I made 1 double with 1 chain. Then I skip 1 chain and double crochet into the 3rd chain, and then we can start a new row again with a chain of 4. Turn the work over and double crochet into all of the doubles with a chain 1 in between, and you can add as many rows as you like. I will make 18 rows altogether. That adds up to 9 inches or 23 centimeters. Now let's add some length to our sleeves. I will start with the pink yarn that I used for the rows around the 3 sides and match the colors to the bottom of the hoodie. I will make 21 rounds, and my sleeves are 10.5 inches or 26.6 centimeters long. Here's our sleeve. I will start where the seam is. The right side is facing me, the wrong sides are inside. we can start with the first double out of the 2 that we made in the corner. Double crochet into the first double crochet, chain 1, skip the second double. Now we can crochet 1 into the chain space to the right of the seam, chain 1 and double crochet 1 into the chain space to the left of the seam. Chain 1, and here are our 2 doubles again that we made into the corner, double crochet into the second double, chain 1, and now we can make the pattern we already know, double crochet into all of the doubles with a chain 1 in between, and we can do that all the way around. Let's finish the first round. Double crochet into your last double, chain 1 and slip stitch into the first double. I want to start the next round with a chainless double so we don't see the seam on the sleeve. Pull your loop as long as your half double crochet and twist your hook counterclockwise. Go back into that first double crochet and pull a loop through. Then pull through the loop and behind the loop on your hook, so turn your hook clockwise. And pull through 2 loops. Chain 1, and now we can double crochet into all of the doubles again with a chain 1 in between. Double crochet into the doubles with a chain 1 all the way around. I made my last double crochet with 1 chain. Now let's take a look. Here's our chainless double, and here's the first double, the chain, and a V-stitch of the chainless double right next to it. You have to turn the work maybe a little bit to see it, and we go into that V-stitch right on top of the chainless double. Can be a little tricky. Go through that V-stitch right there and make a slip stitch. Now we can start with a chainless double again. Pull your loop as long as you have double crochet. Twist your hook counterclockwise, go back into the first double and pull a loop through. Then pull through that loop and behind the loop on your hook, so twist your hook clockwise and pull through 2 loops. And now we can repeat the pattern. Chain 1, double crochet into all of the doubles, chain 1. Now you can repeat those rounds until your sleeve is long enough. I made 21 rounds and then I made the other sleeve the same way, and I try to match them to the bottom of my hoodie. So far our jacket looks pretty awesome. In part 2 we will attach the hoodie and make a final border round. I hope to see you there. Bye bye.